Welcome to the 358th episode of the So Video Games Podcast, where we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. If we are playing it, we'll be talking about it. Today we are recording on October 15th, 2023. My name is Brad Galloway. I am the editor of GameCritics.com, and I'm also 50% of this here show. With me is the man who's loving the nightlife, Carlos Rodella.
Oh, because we're recording in the evening.
That's right. We used to record early in the morning, or at least early for me, and now we have switched to evening recording.
And I have my evening voice on.
Do you?
I mean, can you notice? Listen, this sounds a little more, you know.
It sounds to me like you're wearing a smoking jacket and you're lounging in a high back chair.
I happen to be.
Oh, so, I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
And I just got the jacket. I like it a lot. I have a new pipe, cigar pipe, and I smoke that. And welcome to Late Night with Carlos and Brad.
Welcome to Late Night. Oh, man. All right, folks, we got a big show. Tons of stuff to talk about. We better get right to it because I feel like we're going to be pushing the limits with this one. Housekeeping. Let's do it. Starting things off. Everybody knows. Most people know. Everybody? Not fair to say everybody, but I think like most people know. Carlos and I share a virtual living space divided down the middle with a strip of duct tape. His side, my side. Things are a mess, and we're going to tidy up right here and right now. It's housekeeping. Carlos, only like one thing on my side, but it's kind of a medium-sized box. What's on your side of the room this week?
A bunch of small boxes, but the first thing is it's getting close to Halloween. Mm-hmm. Very favorite time, I think, for both of us.
Yeah, I love Halloween.
And we like watching the horror movies, the scary stuff.
Oh, been doing it
too. Also, we'll talk about some of them at the end of the show. And I am starting to play some scary games. I'm not sure we're going to get on a code or not, but even if we don't, I'm going to play the new Slender Man game.
Working on it.
Either way, I'm playing that because I got to try it out, and the graphics look really good. I'm just playing a bunch of scary things and watching scary things. So, in that vein, on Halloween, October 31st, Silent Hill Ascension's coming out. Now,
are they dropping it on? Well, I've heard nothing, bits and pieces. I haven't really been following it that closely, to be perfectly honest with you. Fill me in.
I reported it on this podcast and told you, but it's okay. I did. Because remember Silent Hill had that whole showcase or whatever? Do you remember that? Anyways, I covered all that. So what I said in that is what I'm saying now. Ascension is a game/show. It's basically like something people are going to watch. And there's going to have new episodes. And what happens is on October 31st it starts, and you can install it right now on your phone or I think it's on computer, both of them. And everybody will make choices as they watch it or at the end of it. I'm not sure when. And then whatever the decision is, what's the majority, that'll affect what the next one is.
Oh, that sounds just like streamer mode on video games.
Kind of, or remember the what's the Black Mirror episode, Bandersnatch?
Oh, I didn't play/watch that yet, but I know.
Yeah,
about it.
I feel like it's that vibe, but it's got. I'm pretty sure it's like all video game graphics. It's not like an actual,
no actors or
live
anything.
action. Yeah. What's crazy is I'm gonna interact with it. It's Halloween. That seems fun. But two, I said A and two. A and B and two is that they're going to go, supposedly, the series for 6 months with every day a new drop of a show. Yeah. Yep. 6 months.
That's doing anything every day is an incredible grind. So, so what this says to me is the episodes are going to be really short. They probably already have all of them mapped out, and they're just going to let the players go through the decision/narrative tree and see how it. This seems just like streamer mode, I guess.
I definitely think they probably have everything done.
Like if you watched Until Dawn,
Yeah.
And you had people streaming, watching it, and you made choices and stuff.
I think it's a very long Until Dawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's a Silent Hill universe, and I like a lot of that stuff. So I don't know. I'm just still in, and no one's ever tried that, so why not? I don't know. But 6 months seems a long time.
It's interesting. I'll give them that. So I guess I don't know if you know this or not, but Konami was traditionally the people behind that. Who are they still? Are they like the license owners? Who's doing development? Who's running this? Who are the actual people doing it?
I will go to the website now. It's just ascension.com, by the way. They don't give us any money for saying that. You should just check it out. I like it. And it says Konami's in the bottom line. Bad Robot Games.
And that's the people. Bad Robot. Is that the people?
The guys behind
The TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, TV shows. And was
Is
it
that Joss
Lost?
Whedon's thing? No.
No, the guy who did, I think it Lost, right? Yeah, Lost.
I forget. Okay. Whatever.
GenVid, it's called GenVid Entertainment, mixed with Konami, mixed with Bad Robot. So
Interesting.
there you
Okay.
go.
Well, we'll see what happens. That's definitely something new, I guess.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you check it out on Halloween? It's Halloween. That seems cool. We like
There
games.
you go. There you go.
I'm convinced. I'm trying to convince you to check it out on Halloween right now.
I will not try.
You
No,
will not.
anything like that where like I need to be someplace on a schedule. I mean, can you just tune in anytime?
I think anytime. It's just that day.
Maybe if I tune in anytime.
It'd be
but
nice because then we could both say we did it on the show.
You'll have to remind me because I've already forgotten.
Wow, I can't. Okay.
And that's against Silent Hill. It's not against you.
I know. Just now before the show started, I was looking at my PlayStation and it gave me an error, and it was for cloud storage. And I just played a game, which we'll talk about in a little bit, like some cheap little game on PlayStation. And even though it was just like, 5K upload for a save file, it's like, nope, you can't do it. Go delete shit. So
You're full already? Is that why they gave you the error?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't think. Have you ever had that happen to you?
I want to say yes one time, but I
Okay.
have not been using PlayStation Cloud Storage for quite some time.
I mean, it just automatically does for like it backs up stuff. I think because I don't choose that.
I don't know. I mean, I think there are settings, and also I just mostly do Xbox these days, so I'm just naturally just not really on the PlayStation, right?
That's interesting. By the way, I keep going for all our listeners. I keep opening up my home screen on my Xbox. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm not trying. But most of the games are on both systems,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And I still like the PlayStation 5 controller better. I don't know if Xbox has come out with one that.
I mean, to be perfectly frank, I like the PlayStation controller better as well. So I'm with you
Yeah.
on that one. Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, and my better headphones. It's so simple, actually. My better headphones are my PlayStation.
Sure. Once
So-
you're invested in one side or the other, it's just easy to keep staying in that lane, right? Because
Right,
I've
but-
got most of my purchases on Xbox, and my whole family's on Xbox. Whenever we do multiplayer or whenever I'm playing with the wife or something, we've got the whole family coordinated on that. Way cheaper to buy an X and two S's than it was to buy 3 PlayStations.
Oh.
Like I could even
Yeah.
get them back then. I could barely even get one back then. So
I know. Yeah. But now just saying it out loud, though, I think I need to buy those because they released really good Xbox wireless headphones. I just couldn't afford them at the time. So now I can. So I might get those.
There you go.
Okay. Anyways, I brought that up because it seemed weird. I was like, I have to go delete shit. So I just deleted tons of upload storage.
Oh, I bet you had tons of stuff you were
Yeah.
never going to come back to.
Never going to come back to. Although a bunch of games that you go down memory lane with.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good way to do that. And the one that came to mind, which was 200 megabytes of storage, was Days Gone.
Days
And
Gone.
I
What
saw
a
it
game.
and I was like, I
What a
can't delete
game.
it. I can't delete that storage.
No way you can't delete that, dude.
didn't.
That's like, no, landmark
know.
stuff. Man.
By the way, that's a funny tangent. We won't go down right now, but keeping your storage for prosperity's sake or something, this
Yes.
means something to me. It's storage.
Looking back. I mean, it kind of does. Think about all the times. We did an entire show on Days Gone, talked about it multiple times, and that's still one of my all-time favorite open world games of all time. So,
Yeah.
maybe I'll replay it sometime, but still, that save, dude. I did everything in that game. I'm not going to delete that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
2 more boxes. I'll do one, then you do one. Or do you have 2 boxes?
Let me go first. Let me
Okay.
go last. Last. Yeah.
You're gonna go last. I'll
I'll
do
go
2
last.
boxes quickly. One, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I'm still playing off and on. I still like it. I stand by what I said last episode.
Uh-oh. What happened?
No, there's no buts. This is a funny thing.
Okay.
So I'm still playing it here and there. It's just that it is just Assassin's Creed, and I hadn't played it for a while, so kind of the initial thing was like, ooh, I do like playing these types of games, but it can wear on you. It's there's so many missions, right? So
It's a lot.
it's a lot. So I jump back in just to kind of mess around, and this is awesome. I cannot wait to make it. I might make the video tonight, but I make the videos on
Oh, yeah.
Glitch to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ground on TikTok. And so I wasn't looking for a video to make, but this is just what happens in my life. I play games and weird things happen. So I decided to just see if I could, muck about and make some chaos, right?
As you do.
Because I was bored, of the main missions. And so I just started attacking animals and stuff. These are not things I'm proud of, but I do.
Wait,
And
are we talking about the game or what?
In the
Yes?
game, yeah,
Okay, in the
yeah.
game. Okay, just clarifying.
attacking donkeys, making them run fast. One donkey I hit too many times, and he got his head stuck in the wall and died, and it felt really weird and bad. But that wasn't the weirdest thing. And you won't like this. But I did attack a chicken.
No.
I know. Not in real life. And just to see, I don't know, what's possible in games or something. And you might be proud of this moment. That chicken decided to attack me back.
Nice.
And then I looked down at that chicken, and that chicken had armor.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. That video is called Chicken Armor.
Like it was wearing armor, or it just had like an armor stat?
Armor stat above it.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And I was like, how do you have armor? And so then it just kept hitting me while I was sitting there like gawking at it, looking at its bar. It had an armor bar.
Oh my god.
And I had to hit it many times before it died, which of course I did.
It's funny you say that, dude, because I actually also have an Assassin's Creed chicken story from this week.
Really?
Yes, because I'm watching my wife play.
I think
through
you're going to
Odyssey.
say one of your chickens actually has armor.
No, although actually there is the one that does, for real. One of my okay, tangent. One of my chickens, I don't know what happened, but she is like the most hated chicken out of the whole flock. Every other chicken pecks on her. I mean, you've heard the phrase pecking order, right?
Yeah.
She is the absolute fucking bottom of the pecking order, and she's been taking a beating. And chickens are actually really mean to each other sometimes. They're very, very, you do not get out of line. It's very clear to see who's the boss chicken and who's not. And so what happened to this poor little chicken is that all the other chickens started plucking out her feathers.
Oh my goodness, this is a sad story.
It's kind of a sad story. Her chicken's name is Mochi, and she is like the bottom of the barrel. She is not above anybody. And so all the other chickens will boss her around. They'll push her away from the food. And they plucked her so bad that her back had a big giant bald spot on it, and the back of her neck too. And so I was like, oh, fuck. Like, winter's coming. It's going to get really cold. And so you can buy these little pieces of chicken armor that go on your chicken to protect them from other chickens. It's for real.
Holy shit. And the fact that I randomly picked up that story.
Wait, no, I've got two chicken stories.
This podcast is called Chicken Armor, by the way.
Chicken Armor. So I put the armor on her, and at first she was freaking out because she's like, oh, shit, I've got armor on. But she's been wearing it for like a week and a half. And I'm just going to leave it on her to give her a chance to grow those chicken feathers back because she needs to. You can't have a bald chicken in wintertime. She's going to freeze and die, dude. So hopefully it's going to protect her from other chickens.
Before we go on your other tangent then, can't you just like kick the shit out of some of those other chickens and be like, hey, stop it?
Nah, that don't work.
It doesn't work.
They'll like when you come into the yard, they know that you're the top dog. And so like they will get out of your way and stuff. But like the second you leave, they go right back to doing the same shit.
You can't watch them all the time.
Nah. And even if you did, that's just how chickens are. That's just literally their whole makeup, their whole being is like one is on top and everybody else is on the bottom, and then there's a whole ladder in between, and that's just chicken society, man. You can't change it.
Chicken society is also a good name. There is a monstrous tangent that I will not go on, but I have to mention that I despise the fact of what you just said is true. That there are certain things on this planet that just are. Hate it. Don't agree. We can agree to disagree. But like the idea of how nature happens and how certain animals attack other animals and what is it called? Circle of life bullshit. Yeah. I don't agree with any of it, which is, I don't think I've ever said on this podcast, but it's bullshit and it doesn't have to be that way.
I mean,
and we can
not much to be done about that. I mean,
no.
Mother Nature's kind of got a pretty good stranglehold on that whole thing.
It's a tangent.
Well, okay. So
what was
chicken
your other
story
tangent?
Chicken story number two. More close to what you were saying, because my wife is playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? And so she's being Cassandra, and she's running through Greece, doing shit, and she was chasing this, one of her targets. Her target ran through a busy marketplace, and the wife accidentally hit one of the villagers. Just, she was swinging her swords around, and she didn't hit him. But yeah, it happens. So what happened was she aggroed the entire town, and so she's like, oh shit. She's like, every shopkeeper, every, housewife or whatever, everybody came running to fight her. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And there's like one of the chickens from one of the chicken yards swooped in to attack her. And it was right when she went into slow-mo. And so the chicken completely looked like it was from the fucking Matrix with his wings out and his claws out. And it was going for Cassandra's face. And I was like, holy shit, dude. This chicken's about to rip your ass up. It was so funny, dude.
Dude, I want that clip so bad.
Oh, man. It was really funny.
That is, by the way, so I guess there's like a thing where like Assassin's Creed puts in like chicken aggro.
Dude, that chicken was 100% aggro. Absolutely.
This is the first one I think I've seen with armor bar above it, though.
Oh,
that's
man.
pretty.
That's going a step even further than aggro.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then I have one more thing, which is also kind of a.
Is this about chickens as well?
Tangent is not.
Oh, okay.
But you wrote down chicken armor, right?
I did write chicken armor.
Gotta be the name
yes.
of the
Yes.
Yeah. See, I can hear my late night voice. I can hear it. I
hear
feel
the
like
smoking jacket ruffling around.
Yeah. It's kind of hot. Here's the thing. this is the tangent I won't go on. I'm doing in housekeeping 5 tangents I won't take, but I'm mentioning them for later.
So we actually are doing them, but go ahead.
I guess we're doing them. But Next Fest is happening.
Steam?
Yes.
Yes. There's always a fucking
There's
fest
always
at
a fest.
Steam. They just go from fest to fest to fest. It's back to
Yes.
back. It's the human centipede of fests.
Yes, it is. But they're digital centipede.
Digital centipede of Steam fests.
So I did one game on it, and I just looked at it and downloaded it and haven't played it yet, but I will. It's called Retrowave World. And it looks cool because it's just like 80s and, all that's like 90s/80s, what's it, neon,
Oh, yeah.
cars
Yeah,
are
that
driving,
Sure.
aesthetic, whatever. So it seems like you drive a car in that way, do drifting, and it's like 80s music, 90s music. And then you get out and go into an arcade, and you actually play arcade games. And, like, that's the game.
Oh, just like real life.
Just like real life, but not, in the past. So I was like, that seems cool. And then I hit what is the tangent. My eyes glazed over. I saw a million games I could play, 8 million demos. Right?
In this virtual arcade.
No. Now I'm jumping back to Next
Oh,
Fest.
you're going back to the Steam demo. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And I go, okay, I finished looking at that. Check, that's cool. And then I saw like 8 million RPGs, and I'm an RPG person. I'm like, oh,
You
I
are.
can play all.
You are.
And then I saw open world, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool too. Blah blah blah. And then I realized what is the tangent is. I wrote down the Steam thing. I might be joining you, and I might be done with PC games.
Really? What made you say that?
Well, one, the and this is another reason why indie games have it so hard is because there is so much, right?
Oh, the
like
competition.
Apple.
So
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
And it's nuts, and there's like homepage placement bullshit, and then you're just paralyzed by decision. There's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? How do I
Yeah.
even navigate this? And I want to play, but there's so many. And then the other part of that, the Steam thing, number 2, is that this is my work computer.
Oh, yeah.
I live on this fucking thing. I mean,
You got to get away from that thing.
yeah, if I had a Steam Deck, maybe, but like, I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. We have 2 games we're going to play on my computer for next week, but then I got to take a break. I can't do it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
with you
I
kind
hear
of
ya.
in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's kind of this. I mean, I have like 19 different reasons why I'm not on PC, but I'm on my PC a lot for work. And when I'm playing game, the few times that I do play game, I feel that like, this is a game and it should be fun, but what I feel like is I'm kind of at work still, and I need to
Yeah.
just like separate out from that.
I think I'm getting that.
Yeah, and plus like discoverability is crazy. The few times I try to find anything, if I'm not going specifically for like one game that I already know what it's called, it's just I drown in that store, dude. There's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
And on top of that, early access, I don't have time to like play something that's not finished and then come back to it and then see if it's updated. And it's just like, man, I'm just not that guy. So I feel you.
It's weird. I was like, I mean, I've always been, PC person, but yeah. Anyways, I just want to get away from my desk. So if games are on Xbox or PlayStation, I want to buy those Xbox headphones. But that's where I want to play, So
Yeah, I hear you.
all right, what do you got?
Cyberpunk, little game,
Oh,
little known
yes.
indie game, little small title called Cyberpunk 2077 2.0. I think it's down to 2.1 now.
Yeah, that another piece.
And the Phantom Liberty, is that what it's called? That's not right. Phantom Liberty?
That is correct.
Is that what it's called? I forget. So I've been playing Cyberpunk, dude. I know that you love this game. We've talked about it on the show a million times, and I waited like the full year and a half or 2 years or whatever it was until they released 2.0. I'm glad I waited because I've had a very positive experience so far. I've been spending a lot of my time in Dogtown. And in Dogtown, that is the DLC area that has Idris Elba as the main person that you're talking to for the main thread. And I remember you saying that you did not like him in this game. I wanted to follow up and ask you why that was.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you did. Secondly, I still voted for you not to do the DLC yet.
You did.
I'll tell you why, and it's okay. You're already doing it. But for anybody else listening, I think especially the ending of that DLC is a culmination of a lot of the main story.
Yeah.
So that's why I think playing it early, you can play it early, but I don't know if you should finish it until you get closer to the ending of the game. That's just my opinion because it feels like it's a culmination.
That's probably true. The reason I started playing it, number one, was because I knew that you could get the 6th skill tree.
Oh, right. The tree. Yeah, that's right.
And I wanted to see what that was about. So I did that as well. And also Dogtown is a much smaller area. So like here's how I'm playing Cyberpunk.
And I'll tell you about Idris in a minute, but go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I'm playing, like, I'm going to do all of the main missions, of course. I'm going to do all of the side missions. I've done all the Cyber Psycho stuff, and I'm going to do all of the gigs. And there's a lot in this game. Like, I'm already up to, like, 45 or 50 hours, at least 50 hours. And I've still got, like, plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I feel like I'm kind of drowning a little bit. I know this game is not as big as Witcher 3, but it's still, like, a pretty sizable game. And so I'm like, let me go to Dogtown. I feel like this is, like, a chunk where it's almost sectioned off from the rest of Night City, where I'm like, okay, I can go through this. I will get that sense of like completion, and I can just check that off, and I'll feel like I did something, and then I can go back to the overwhelming number of missions that are in Night City proper. Now, I have seen the error of my ways, and I do think that you were correct in recommending that I play it later. I think it's okay to dip in and get the skill tree active.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense.
But one thing I didn't realize and I didn't know is that some of those quests that are in Dogtown, none of the major ones so far, but some of the minor quests, and the quests here are actually all really good, I will say. I feel like the gigs in this area are much better than the gigs in the main Night City.
Oh, yeah, because the ones in Night City were made when the game came out, right?
Yeah,
they were just simple little things to do.
Yes.
They spent all their time working on that Dogtown, so yeah, it's very fleshed out.
I feel like the gigs are a step up from the gigs in Night City, so I really was enjoying doing those. But I noticed that some of the gigs, I didn't find this out until afterwards, but some of them have options that are not available until after you have already progressed a certain amount in the main campaign. So, for example, this is not much of a spoiler, but like there's this one guy who needs help, and I'm going to be real vague about this. He needs help, and you go to help him, and then there's two choices, A and B. But if you had progressed the story a certain amount and met this other person that I haven't met yet, there would be an option C.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I didn't realize that until I started looking up, like, I was like, man, I feel like that should have ended better. I wonder what I did wrong. And then it's like, oh, you should pick option C. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even have option C because I haven't progressed far enough on the other part of the game to meet that person. So that person wasn't my option C like it could have been. So I was like, okay, that sucks, but whatever. It was my choice to come here. I get it. That's totally fine.
Yeah, but not to mention also an additional thing is that's why you should go back and wait. Did you finish the DLC? Did you?
No, I'm actually no. I feel like I'm getting close, but keep talking.
What I'm saying is that if you're just doing the regular game and the main campaign, well, there's a bunch of reasons. One, there's kind of spoilers kind of in the DLC, I think.
Okay.
Because it's just understanding what happens in that main story is important. And then secondly, you'll get skill checks that you wouldn't have because you're just not higher level. Like I am the highest level there is. There's no higher. Like I don't know. Now they just expanded it, but
like what level are you at right now?
What's the max? 50?
I mean, I'm at level 50 right now, and I've got 2 skill trees maxed out.
Yeah, they're 50. What they pushed it up to like 55 or 60 or something. I don't know, whatever the highest one is.
Okay.
The point is like certain skill checks you can do. You know what I mean? And if you can't do those in missions, that might change the way you play the mission.
Very true.
But most importantly, they even give you like a different relic thing, which you know about, right? Because that's how you get that new skill tree.
Yes.
And that means you're not even finished with the first relic thing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so it fucks it up because, like, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's
You're
weird.
only supposed to have one thing in your head fucking you up and then get the end of that story because if you don't, now you got 2.
Well, that's the weird thing is because I haven't finished the first relic story, and I apologize, people listening, because we're probably just like talking a bunch of nonsense.
There's no spoiler.
If you haven't played Cyberpunk.
No,
this is not
good.
spoilers. This is not spoilers.
Good.
But I'm just thinking, hopefully, it might be boring if they haven't played Cyberpunk.
It's not boring.
But says the guy who put 200 hours into Cyberpunk.
It's imperative, though. I mean, I'm telling you, if anybody's listening.
So what I was going to say was when I started the Dogtown, they did not give me another relic. They dovetailed onto the relic I already had. It was seamless. Like it made it perfect sense.
Right.
I didn't notice any issues at all. Like I wasn't confused. And in fact, it's been kind of interesting going through the way that I did. But now that I see how all the pieces are put together, I do think you should probably play it later on. But gosh, you know.
I know you're going to say something else. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. Anyway, but I will say I have progressed pretty far in the side story here. And one thing that I've been really, 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 it's funny, and I hate to be that guy, but every time I'm playing Cyberpunk, you know what I'm actually thinking about? Starfield.
Oh, no, the comparisons.
I can't stop comparing the two, dude, because everybody was so like, Starfield is so great. I love Starfield. Oh, Bethesda. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that was a functioning piece of software. But like when you look at some of the shit that's in the DLC for Cyberpunk,
yeah,
I'm like, dude, it's like so much better than like anything that's in Starfield. Like, for example,
I was going to say, did you get to that part where you dance with a girl at the jukebox?
No.
It's not a spoiler. It's like there's a thing, but those are kind of moments, like these quiet moments they do in the DLC, are better than like almost anything I played in Starfield. But
I mean, I don't know what that moment is.
You'll
I haven't
see
done
that moment. Later.
I haven't
It's
done that.
not a minor spoiler.
But when I'm in the Dogtown DLC, and you go to a big party. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you go to this big party, and it's
Oh,
just
I
like
need to be able to talk about that. Go ahead.
okay. So you go to this party, and like just the whole premise of the thing is so much more advanced, is so much more nuanced and real. And I'm playing this party, like I'm not going to spoil anything, but like you go to this party, it's a big party, and I'm just going through, and I'm like, this is exactly what I would do at a real party. Like I'm just like walking around, talking to people. I'm taking in the ambiance. Things are happening. Like stuff's going on in the background. You see somebody you talk to them for a minute. You see somebody you don't know, you introduce yourself. Like the whole thing just felt so sophisticated and well done, and just everything about it like felt legit. And going through that was so great. And then, not to spoil this or anything, but like there's a moment when the lights go down, and then they have a little concert happening, and I was like, what the fuck? Like
I have to say, I wanted to spoil it. Minor spoiler. Jump ahead 2 seconds.
2 minutes.
It's
micro
such a small
spoiler
thing in
Yes.
DLC. It's Grimes.
It is Grimes,
and
dude.
I love Grimes, and again, it was a surprise to me too. Although,
oh my god,
this is a minor spoiler for Brad. Grimes is in the game, the base game too.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't know
just
that.
so you know.
Yeah, it's like,
and you won't know how, because I'm a nerd for her, so like I know how, but
Sure.
she's kind of in the base game too, so that's why. But I did not expect that. It's a
I didn't
real
either,
concert.
dude. When I heard, yeah, it is. It's a real
real
concert.
fucking thing. And
She
I just
gives-
sat down and watched it.
I did too. She
So
played her
good.
entire song. I totally stopped what I was doing. Idris Elba's in the back, like, let's go, V. And I'm like, no, hold on, bro.
We're watching this.
I'm watching this. She does an entire stage show where it's
Yeah.
like she's performing, and it's not just game graphics. It's like she is performing in what it would look like if she was doing special effects on an actual stage, because it's like lights and smoke, but then she's there and she's getting suspended in a thing, and she's playing her entire fucking song. Everybody in the crowd is just watching her, and I'm like, holy shit, there's like an entire fucking concert in this game. And it felt like so
Yeah.
fucking amazing. And as soon as I heard her talk and the voice comes in, I'm like, oh shit, dude, that's actually Grimes. What the hell?
Nice.
So fucking amazing.
And on top of that, in a concert she did recently, she actually did something very similar, where she was levitating in the air, and they had like this cool, angel character behind her. So,
Yes.
anyways, again, that's just one teeny moment, right?
It is. It's like 3.5 minutes, but that section of Cyberpunk, I'm like, dude, this is head and shoulders above literally anything that was in Starfield, and just the very attempt, the very concept of it is on an entirely different level, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
don't see how anybody can hold up Starfield to Cyberpunk in any way.
Yeah. Well, let me jump back to Idris then real quick, and then we can move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So even though we both spoke lots of praises about it. It's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
And I can't wait for you to enjoy the ending of that DLC, but also I don't want you to until you get farther. But it's your choice. But it is a very special ending.
Okay.
Now remember, there's multiple endings to it, so we can
Sure.
talk about which ending. And I won't spoil that now, because I picked something very, very unique.
Okay.
And I know that. I'm not trying to buff myself up, but I picked something that I don't think anyone did, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Are you the 0.001% player?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm the guy who plays games wrong, dude. I picked a really weird ending. Okay, so Idris Elba, I don't like any character lecturing to me, and it seems like that's what he likes to do. So I want to tell him to fuck off most of the time, and I don't like him, and I don't like his character. And I think that he's also like two-faced. He just feels two-faced the whole time. This is Carlos's opinion.
Sure.
And I just don't trust him. So I don't trust him, and I don't like him. And he's a great actor, and he
Yes.
acts the part well. And CD Projekt Red's amazing, and the fact that they got his face in there perfectly, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And he's a great character, but I don't like that person, and I don't trust him at all.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was just kind of curious about that. So, all
But
right.
we can't talk about that until the end.
We'll talk about it later. I'm gonna progress. So just quick question. So I've seen the party and stuff. How much is left of that quest? Is that almost the end of the DLC?
Did you meet the two annoying people at the poker table?
I did. Yeah.
And you did that whole mission.
Yep.
And then there's the party. There's like two main huge sections.
Like two
left.
chunks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
They're really special. I know you're gonna want to do it. Just do it.
I probably want to do it because I'm kind of into it now. But
Yeah, I know that's you know what, that's true.
Well,
Because
see-
you've already started it. It's hard to go back.
this is what I was going to say though. Another reason that I progressed through Dogtown is because, not to spoil anything, but when you meet somebody at the very, very beginning of Dogtown, she offers you a solution to your problem that is actually what you're pursuing in the main game. And I'm like, oh, well, if you've got the solution, well, then maybe I'll just do this instead. And then I'll finish off the game later. It seems like it's a valid way to go at that time in the game because I'm like, oh, this is what I need, and she's got what I need, so maybe I'll just do this mission first. You know what I mean?
I can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Because everything I would say would be spoilers.
But you know what I mean, right? Like you can see how I would get that impression.
But that's why I wish people. That's why I want you to play the other game first. Okay,
all right, enough of this.
Play it like you want. Welcome to the
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk podcast. That's what this is. We're done. The show's over. 30 minutes.
But that concert, dude, that's got to be one of the best moments of the
cool.
year, dude. It's got to be the coolest. In fact, I had to write that down.
That lead up was that we can't talk about, where you're like, being stealthy about who you are.
Yes.
And kind of in a disguise. That was amazing. That was freaking amazing.
Yes, the whole thing, everything about that. The Dogtown shit is the shit. It's so good. Like all of it is so good. Yeah, it's so good. All right. Anyway,
moving on. Cyberpunk's awesome. What else do you have?
That is it. That was the one thing I had because I knew we were going to be talking about it for a minute.
Okay.
Apologies to anybody who doesn't care about Cyberpunk, but it was just so fucking good.
It is.
All right, let's get to the main portion of the show. Where's my fucking notes? There they are. Okay. All right, folks, we're just getting into the main portion of the show. We got too many games to talk about. Carlos, main portion games department here. You picked up a little one of those shovelware games that we've been talking about for the last few weeks on PlayStation. Overdelivery, goods delivery simulator. Is this one of those $5 specials? Yeah,
let me check how much it was. I forgot now. It wasn't, and I say shovelware, we say shovelware, but people made the game, whatever. It's a game, and it's also on Steam. I just noticed.
Okay.
Overdelivery.
Overdelivery.
I'm just going to read the description. I do a terrible job anytime I talk about games. And it's $3 on Steam. I think it was $5 on PlayStation. I'm guessing it's on Xbox as well because they're the same store.
Probably. Yep.
It is Overdelivery is a frantic top-down goods delivery simulator. Drive against the time. Oh, already broken. Drive against the time to deliver goods without customer complaints. Upgrade or buy new bikes to unlock new kinds of goods. Unlock new areas of the city, travel around, and explore an open environment. So it is a game where you're on a bike and you're delivering things to people. And it's like Crazy Taxi, but it's top-down.
Oh, okay. So top-down Crazy Taxi. Okay.
Yeah.
That paints a good picture.
And it's like simple graphics, and you're a little bike. So in concept, it's like a really cool idea, and a fun little game. Seems to make sense. And the fact that it's like, it showed in the trailer that you can crash and the guy can fall off his bike, and I was like, I'm all about that. Because, what's that downhill something that we liked?
What?
That bike game, downhill something.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but yes.
But, like, I just love those physicsy things, where
Descenders? Descenders was one of them.
That's one of them. There's the other one, though.
You're thinking of the other one, though.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw crashes, and I was like, okay, this seems fun. So I got it. The biggest problem with the game is the actual bike mechanics, which is shitty because that's the main thing. You're driving around town, picking up things, and it just goes slow. And so your first starter bike is like crappy, but it makes the controls kind of hard to do. And that's never a good thing. It's like, it should be slower, but it doesn't need to be harder to control.
Right.
Like I got stuck on a curb and couldn't get off the curb. You know what I mean?
Is it supposed to be like a janky first bike where the front wheel is bent and you've got like rusty axles or something?
That'd be funnier. It just is shittier. Like its physics are bad.
Okay.
So I don't love that. I did like the fact that when you crash hard enough, you can fly off the bike, and there's some funny moments there. But in general, yeah, you go to a place a la Crazy Taxi, pick up a coffee or pick up many coffees, and then drive them to people's places and drop them off.
Okay.
And that's kind of it. There's a time limit, and you upgrade your bike, and you can pop a wheelie for some reason on every bike. So I did that a lot.
Is there like a campaign, or is it like a roguelike? Is there anything to be shooting for? Or is it kind of like more of a score attack sort of a thing?
Yeah, it's like an arcade game.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, what's Crazy Taxi? There's no campaign there.
Yeah, you just whatever score, best score or whatever.
Yeah, and then I think it's the upgrading. I guess, yeah, the answer is the roguelike part is upgrading yourself. Because, yes, it does open new types of deliveries because you can deliver more now.
So you do have some progression there.
Yeah, I guess that is a progression. I didn't get far enough. I just have the two bikes or something. But the world looks nice enough, and like it's simple graphics, but it's like got a lot of neon and it feels like a little town. And yeah, I mean, it's okay.
The real question is, did you get $5 worth out of it?
I think not yet because of that first bike. I think I just unlocked the second bike or whatever. So like, I want to fuck around with it a little more. I think I will, as long as the next bike is better. And the developers can hear this. So like, I just think that you shouldn't have made the handling as weird as it was. It just feels like it's just harder to turn,
Gotcha.
So I don't know why I did that. But what I really wanted to bring it to show for is because what does Carlos do in video games? He causes chaos.
Sure.
And if there's cars, that means there could be what? Pretty easily. If I did something, what could I cause?
I mean, some kind of traffic accident causing physical harm.
Well, traffic jam is what I do in every game. Remember?
There you go.
I've even done traffic jams in Assassin's Creed and have footage to show. Did I ever show you that?
I don't think so.
I created
was like horse carts.
Yes, it was
jammed up?
horse carts jammed up.
That's funny.
I can do it in any game. I can do it. So, anyways, I caused absolute chaos in this game, and you're like, how could he do that? It's like a $5 game. It's an arcade game. No. I ran a bunch of people over, with my bike. Which, by the way, I just had to tap them, and they went down. So there was just an intersection with like 15 dead bodies, and all the cars were backed up, and police showed up, and they couldn't get through. So, I did that.
So you made your own fun, basically.
I made my own fun.
That does not sound like you got $5 out of it.
Wait, that sounds like $5 to me. We have different versions of fun.
We definitely do.
That's why I'm fighting chickens with chicken armor, and you would have never found that chicken.
That's very true. I
It's
would
true.
have never found that chicken. That is absolutely true.
So anyways, I think it's a fun time. I think they would have switched the bike thing. It would have been better. But I'm still doing missions on it, and I think, I'll just keep farting around with it. I think $5 is definitely worth the price of admission.
All right, there you go. Overdelivery, goods delivery simulator.
It's fun. It wasn't like, I'm mad at it, like international basketball.
Okay.
Ugh.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Let me talk for a minute about a game called Dreamers. I got some PR for this one. The publisher sent me a code, so thank you very much for that, folks. I wasn't sure what to expect. Excuse me. To be honest with you. The thing that caught my attention was the graphics. It's like really, really low poly graphics. Excuse me for a moment.
Need some water?
A little frog in my throat there. Sorry, folks.
By the way, can we ask the question, who came up with frog in the throat? They had an actual frog there?
There must have been a story where someone had a frog, possibly a toad, in their throat. And
holy shit.
I'm sure that, just like computer bugs. Why do we call it a bug? Because there was a giant fucking moth in a computer one time. So
is that real too?
That is a real ass story. There was a giant moth in the computer that was causing the problem. They're like, oh, we got a fucking bug in the computer. Literal bug, an actual insect. That's where we get bugs from, because there was a giant moth one time.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go on.
So the pleasantly low poly graphics, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool looking. And it was some kind of a open world, kind of puzzly RPG. And I'm like, okay, this seems really kind of different and weird. Kind of reminded me a little bit of like the Wild West days of the PlayStation 2, when you never quite knew what you were going to get. And any game could be anything, right? So I was like, oh, this has kind of a weird vibe. So I started playing it, and I think what it actually is kind of a very straightforward, kind of open world game that seems pretty aimed at children and families, which is totally fine. Not my normal jam, but I think those things need to exist, and I'm glad that they do, and I think that this is what it's about. You start off as a kid on an island, and you get this letter. It's from your grandma. You want to go meet her, and so you have to go on this little quest to find out how to locate your grandma and how to hook up with her in a non-weird way. And
you know what we're talking about, people.
And so basically, you just leave your house and you just wander this little island, and there's no map and there's no direction. You just kind of just head out of your house, and just whatever you find is what you find. And that's kind of where it started to lose me, because I'm not really up for those wander around and screw around games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe if I was 12 or something, and I'm and I haven't played a lot of these, I think I would find it much more interesting, where I would be curious about what I would find in the world and all this stuff. The other part about this game that I think is cool, though, is that these developers are apparently going for a very non-violent approach. I don't think there's any combat in this game whatsoever. And I don't think you can die. There's no health bar or anything like that. So I think that's really positive. You just kind of wander around the island. You talk to people. They ask you like, oh, I need 3 planks to fix my ship. Or this other guy's like, oh, I need this help with this other thing. And you kind of just wander around and find the thing that they need and bring it back to them. And you kind of advance the story a little bit. It's pretty laid back. It's pretty easygoing. The graphics are pretty nice. But for me, I think it's not my jam. It's a little bit directionless. A little bit too just kind of, hey, we're in a cool island, just dig the experience sort of a thing, which, some people will really like, right? It's not my jam. So not for me. But I think if you've got a kid or you want to do some family game time, I think this would be a good one to play for that. So not my particular jam, but I think it probably fills a niche that I am not looking to fill myself at the moment, but I think that niche certainly exists. So that is Dreamers. Yes.
And real quick, I did see the demo for it a while ago, and it's like Second Life almost in a way, where it's like you just go do things.
Yeah, kind of.
Just kind of exist in that world.
Yeah, you kind of just do that thing. Apparently, you cycle through 3 different characters, I think.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get that far because I just, it just wasn't my jam. But I bet a family would have a pretty good time. Like maybe a parent sitting with a child or something, or a young person who doesn't want to play first person shooters or something might like this. So
I would also suggest that people who like a Harvest Moon or Terraria type thing too, because you're not doing like crops, but it seems like there's puzzles and you kind of just fart around a world.
If you want something really, you got to stop saying fart around because I hate that phrase.
Oh, sorry.
You got to pick something else, buddy.
Okay. You want a muck about? I said muck already.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally fine. But yeah, if you want something super chill, super laid back, violence free, stress free, this is your jam.
Okay. And then when we're saying that, I just remembered No Place Like Home. I was gonna play it. We never did. Did you ever play it?
No Place Like Home.
It came out. It's It's just basically like you go and do garden stuff. So again, like Harvest Moon and Terraria, whatever.
Okay.
But it's third person, and then you're also cleaning up the environment and recycling and stuff.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do remember that one. I never got to play it. I looked at it, and it seemed like a pretty kind of cool, laid back kind of thing. But I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought of it.
All
right. And moving on. Before we move on, even though I'm sorry, I'm doing so many tangents this episode. But frog in your throat comes from the fact that a horse person sounds like a frog. And there's a myth that that the phrase originates.
There you go.
From a medieval belief that frog secretions could cure sore throats.
Gross, dude. What the fuck?
But this also that's not true though. It doesn't.
No, do not put frog juice in your throat. Please don't do that.
Please don't do that.
All right.
But it's not a frog in someone's throat.
Okay. Interesting. But there was frogs involved, though.
There were frogs involved, yeah.
Okay. That was Dreamers. Thank you very much. Carlos, Dinobreak. I don't know anything about this other than the word dino is in the title. Fill us in, sir.
This will be quick. Dino Crisis. Remember that game?
I love Dino Crisis. Yes. Regina from Dino Crisis is fucking amazing.
Cool. Well, this is like a spiritual successor to that, and it's like made now, but like it's old school. Which you and
the retro PlayStation style?
Yeah, which you and I kind of like have a hate-love relationship with, I think.
Yeah, don't care for it.
And so it has the option to do tank controls if you want, which of course I
really?
didn't.
The old school Resident Evil tank controls?
Yep. Or more modern ones, which is essentially tank controls plus, because you can move around freely third person, but it's like a little slow. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
It's not 100%. Anyways, of course I picked that modern control, but everything else is old school. So like this is a spiritual successor, meaning like, very quick jump in. You're a woman who has to fight a bunch of dinosaurs, and that's like the game. And so immediately you're like in some, broken down city, and you get the idea that dinosaurs are everywhere and their eggs are everywhere, and you've got to go find resources. And so it feels so much like Resident Evil, like 1.
I was just going to say, for people that are not as old as we are and maybe don't know what Dino Crisis is, because Capcom has not done anything with it, it was basically old school PlayStation Resident Evil, but instead of Chris and Jill, you got Regina, who was amazing, and then instead of zombies, you got dinosaurs, but basically the exact same. Find some keys or fuses, you run around with the tank controls, the set camera angles, shoot dinosaurs instead of zombies. I mean, it was dope, dude. I had a great time with it. And I'm really surprised that Capcom hasn't done anything with it in many, many years.
I know, and that means this whole company picked it up and said, we're going to do it,
Yeah.
Because you can't, put a copyright on the idea of fighting dinosaurs.
No, you can't copyright that.
So they literally did it. Yeah, just feels like Resident Evil Dino Crisis, but new. Now, is that a thing I can play for very long? Not really, because we talked about this before. Like it's hard for me to go back.
It just feels too old school.
Yeah, old controls, old ideas. You know how much I hate, and I don't use that word lightly, like horse head keys and stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
So there's like weird statues immediately. Like you go into the first environment, there's like weird statue, and the key is like not a normal size key. It's like the size of like, a book or something. Why does the key have to be big? That doesn't make any sense. And there was immediately inventory problems where like classic
God.
Resident Evil, like I don't have enough space for anything. So there's a lot of like that mechanical crap that bothered me. But I did like the aesthetics they built and like running around and shooting dinosaurs. Like that was kind of fun. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to feel about it. It was cheap. I think it was worth whatever they were charging. It's got some real camp in it, like ridiculously over the top, on purpose, funny dialogue.
Sure.
So I like that. And I don't know. I think the only reason I stopped was because guess what? I got to a code I didn't know.
What do you mean? Like you needed like a code for a puzzle?
Yeah, it was in one of the fucking things I didn't read.
Whatever, dude.
8 million notes, and I was like, no, just make it about the dinosaurs.
No,
you know what I mean?
Notes. Yeah. We should talk about this for just like a second. I know that people are like on this retro kick all of a sudden. Like I'm getting a lot of emails about, oh, hey, we're releasing a new game and it looks just like it's Genesis, or hey, we're releasing a game. Do you miss the old N64 days? No, I sure fucking don't.
No, neither of us do.
But like, if you want to do that retro stuff, like I think that's okay. And other people can feel what they want to feel. That's totally fine. But for me, I might put up with the old ass graphics, but you must have like the amenities that like pay homage to modern times, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't want the fucking inventory limits. I don't want the 94 chest-shaped keys. I don't want to read 85 fucking million fucking post-it notes all around your fucking environment. Like if you like those graphics, cool. But like, does anybody really miss that old ass gameplay that we have evolved long past?
Who are they making that for?
I don't understand, dude. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. And so here's a yes and. Like, oh, you're gonna hate this. It uses ink to save, right?
Oh God! Like you got to find the save items.
Ink in the typewriter. Yeah. Hate that. The key didn't just work when I opened the door and I had the key. I had to pick the key. You know what I mean? Like old school point and click adventure.
Right.
No. Just open the fucking door. And then on top of that, and now I'm piling on, is just like, not being able to like store extra things. Even though I find all these healing plants, I can't keep any of them. Right. So to your point, I think those graphics, fighting dinosaurs, being a woman with a machine gun, all great. Give me modern controls. Okay, like true modern controls.
Yes.
Like a third person, I'm running, jumping, doing a dodge roll. Are you fucking kidding me? PlayStation graphics in a dodge roll? I'm in. But because I'm walking around kind of in a tank control way, even, with modern controls, that makes it frustrating. And then the codes, like you said. I don't want codes. I want to shoot dinosaurs.
Yeah, I just, having lived through that period, I have literally no desire to go back to those things because we got rid of them for a reason. And if you like that vibe, that style, I mean, I can get down with some retro graphics once in a while, but man, those things are not fun. If they were fun, we would still do them, and we got rid of most of that shit because it's just not fun. So yeah. I'm just not down.
I understand. I mean, I'm the same way. I do like the graphics and I like the campiness, so it's something interesting. I just wish it had different modernness to it.
Yeah. All right. Dinobreak.
Dinobreak.
Sounds like it's Dino broken. Oh, shots fired. Okay. Let me talk for a second about Whateverland.
Whatever.
Exactly so.
Wait, is that the final review?
That kind of is the final review. A little bit. Whateverland was sent a code for this one as well, so thank you to the publishers for that. This is a point and click adventure, and what got me interested in this one was the graphics. Very Tim Burton-esque type graphics, pretty stylized, and I was like, oh, this got kind of a nice look to it. Kind of interested about this, and I wasn't quite sure if it was like the old school point and click that's really kludgy and tedious, or is it the new school point and click where they kind of want to keep pushing you forward and things are not really there's not too much friction, right? And I feel like it's neither of those things. It kind of does like its own thing, although it is probably closer to the older school than it is the new school. Basically, the story is you're a thief. You go to steal something, and the thing belongs to like a witch or something, or like a sorceress or something. She catches you. She sends you into her own private like hell dimension, which is kind of looks like a junkyard basically. And she's like, "Stay there forever. Fuck you." And so you're there, and there's other people that she has sent there too. Basically, I'm taking a lot of shortcuts in the story here, but it doesn't really matter. So you just meet these other folks, and you got to figure out how to get out of there. There's a lot of talk, and I feel like a lot of talk, like almost too much talk for me. I know that is kind of bread and butter for a lot of point and click games, but I definitely like the new school more than the old school, where they kind of just like keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. And this one, there's a little bit too much talking for me. I will say, music in this game is fucking incredible. I really like the music. I don't know what kind of music it is. It's probably from a different culture. And I'm like, wow, this music is like really notable, really excellent. I could have just listened to the music for like an hour. I thought it was really great. But the key hook to this game is that there's kind of a good path and a bad path. Because you are a thief, you can do like thief solutions to some of the puzzles, or you can do the good solutions to some of the puzzles. And it takes a little while to figure this out. And I will say a big issue with this game is terrible tutorials. Really, really rotten tutorials where I was just very straight up confused about what was going on for a while. So I had to look up a couple FAQs, and once I was like, oh, okay, got it. Like, it's like in the first level, I'm looking up FAQs, right? So how they do this is, so for example, in the first level, there's a guy who's like, I need you to get me this doodad. And you can either go through the puzzle where it's like, oh, I got to get item A, give that to person B, he gives me item C, then I take this back to get item D, and then I trade it for the thing, and then I go back, and like typical point and click gameplay. Or you can just try to like, you can lie and say, oh, I got the thing, but it's over here, and do this other thing. Or you can just like steal some stuff sometimes, and you come with a lockpick kit. And I'm like, okay, interesting. Okay, this is kind of cool. Give you fuck all tutorials about it, dude, and it is not intuitive in the least. I got to the very first, I'm not going to finish this game because I can already tell it's not my vibe, but I wanted to see the thief solutions, because I think having these kind of like diverse choices in a point and click is really cool. I have played a couple other point and clicks where you can do like a totally different way of solving the puzzles, and I really appreciate that. I really like that a lot. So I'm like, let me try the thief route, bust out my lock picks, and I go to the very first lock in the game, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, dude. I got so stuck. I had to look up a video on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, once I knew what was going on, at least I got closer. But this game really needs a tutorial. If I'm supposed to be like a master thief, I should know how to use these tools. Yeah. He should be like, oh, I should probably use this tool now. Oh, I should probably do this. I'm a thief. Yeah, you know how to do it. Like, of course you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a thief. You are. Tell me what to do, bro. So I got stuck really quickly on this game, and I got really frustrated. And I'm like, if I'm this frustrated this early, I don't have much to look forward to for the rest of the game. So there was no off-screen indicators for where you could go. It just seemed really kind of rough also. So cool idea, but like, you need to like help people out a little bit more. I'm not one of those people who's gonna like dig in and spend hours on the first puzzle to figure it out. that's just not me. So
yeah. If there's not a good tutorial, you're out. You're like out. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that thing about the lockpick was just over the top. Like, you absolutely should have given a tutorial for that. Nothing about that is familiar or intuitive. Maybe if I was a professional thief, I could have figured it out, but I'm not. And like, I'm like, a tool that looks like a stick with a cube on it? I don't even know what this does. What about this? No clue. No clue at all. Anyway, I didn't get too far. I felt like it was the wrong vibe, and I bounced. So that is Whateverland. Didn't have a great experience on that one.
Whatever. Yeah. But the graphics do look cool. I do
and like the music is so great, dude. The music is amazing. So, all right. Carlos, over to you. Crymachina. You played a demo. This is coming from Nipponichi, or NIS, and I know literally nothing about it.
Yeah, so they made Crystart, and you never played that. We talked about it before the show.
Did not play that. Didn't even know it existed.
There's a family of games, a style, which is not an RPG, but it's quite like an action game where there's also leveling up, which sounds like an RPG. But as you know, there's tons of these types of games where it's like zones. Like, you go and fight tons of monsters in a zone, then you go back to a hub world, and then you rinse, repeat. That's kind of like this style of game. Now, Crystar had a bunch of other things going for it. Like, I think what their vibe is like life and death and huge topics like thrown into an action game. And so I won't say anything much about Chrysler because it's like all a spoiler really. But Crymachina, which is a demo out right now for the full game, which I don't know when it comes out, is the story really got me because, again, TMI, most people know I'm dealing with some health crap and it will not go away and I'm super sad about it. And in this game, it actually starts with the girl that you play. She's like in bed in a hospital. And I guess in this world, like a disease happened and, wiped out a bunch of people. And then there was a war and all this other stuff. Anyways, she dies and she wakes up in this future, like very far future. And she's like a projection/robot thing. And she's like, what the hell's going on? And then she has to fight a bunch of monsters because reasons. And then the game is, again, the actual combat is super fun. So third person, action-y.
Real time,
run around, Devil May Cry style, like just kick ass. And you have missiles too. So like L1 and R1 are missiles, which is super cool. Millions of combos, whatever. And it's just a fun game to play. But the idea is really interesting because she basically is like a consciousness that got woken up. So like she's mostly human still, but tons of people, pretty much the majority of like entities in this future are robotic or AI. So she's one of the few humans, and if she gets enough XP, which is like literally EXP, but it means, it's experience points, by fighting things, then she can like show people that she's the human, and she could like rule the world or something. I don't know. But I really like the concept of like jumping far into the future because I'm like so mad at my body right now that when that game happened, I was like, oh, take me there. Take me to that place where I'm a robot person.
It reminds me of like Soma a little bit almost, like without the horror element to it.
Yeah. So it's a very specific thing to Carlos at this moment, but I don't know anybody else who's like having a hard time in life. It's just that you lose yourself to be like, now I'm taking part in this process, which is in the future, Anyways, the whole story plays out like you go to hub area, you meet all these other women who are also, it's all women, by the way, are also like kind of half real and not, I don't know. And you just open up like dialogue trees and upgrades. So the hub area is where you like learn about the story and upgrade your character. And then you jump into the zones and kick motherfucking ass. So that's the game. And I like the premise. So I'm still playing it. I'll finish the demo. And when the game comes out, I probably will buy it because, I don't know, it does everything kind of right. Like it's super fun to play and it's a really interesting concept. The only difference is, I guess, if you don't like those kind of games where you go to a zone and then it's over,
Yeah.
Which I don't think you do.
Not my usual jam, no.
But interesting idea, right? Like, that's a super unique
Yeah, I would be
story
interested. The story is pretty cool. I will say up front, I am kind of biased already against it because I just don't like the visuals. It's like pretty anime styled, and I'm just
It's anime, yeah,
not super into that. But the story does sound pretty cool, and I do enjoy one of these games once in a while. But my schedule is so packed right now, I don't see any room for me to even give this one a shot. So,
well, it's almost like, and I don't want to say this because I loved, and it's not like I don't like this game, but Valkyrie Elysium, I loved to death.
Yeah, you loved that one. I remember that.
That had an open-ish world where like it still did feel like zones. It was still like there was ground and a castle and a town, but you couldn't go past it.
Yeah.
So that's why it feels like that to me. It's kind of like there's an itch that I like, or scratch. Itch scratched, yeah.
An itch that you like scratched?
Yeah, and it's that thing, which is like go kick fucking ass, usually as a woman warrior person. Super fun. And then if you have cybernetics, that's even cooler. And then, upgrade yourself. That's like a perfect formula for me. There's no dodge roll, but there is a dodge. So I like it a lot. Crymachina, the demo's free. Go check it out if you like the words that I said.
Sounds like I see something in your future.
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy it. I think I really am. Yeah.
Right on. Well, actually, hit me an email and I'll see if I can get it for you for the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mean, I already think, because good job of them doing the demo, that, they hooked me there. So
Sold you. Sale. All right, cool. Excuse me. That frog is just
the frog is in your throat.
Still in my throat. I'm sorry. I'm going to talk for a minute about Kingdom 80s.
I knew you would play that. I saw it in the store, and I was like, he has to.
Yeah, that's kind of sort of my thing. This is so it's Kingdom 80s: Summer of Greed, I believe is the full title. This is a spin-off of Kingdom Two Crowns. Did you ever play that, Carlos?
Yeah, and we talked about it in the show, but it's okay. We don't.
I don't, dude. I don't.
We
I
both
don't even
did.
remember if I played it, man.
No, we both did, and we liked it. The side-scrolling, like
Yes.
medieval stuff. But is this the same developer?
Same. It's all
Okay,
same.
yeah.
So basically, this is exactly the exact same formula as Kingdom Two Crowns. And if you haven't played that one, it won. You know, it was pretty popular for a while. It got a lot of play. It's like a 2D flat plane where you play a person. In Two Crowns, you're on like a horse, and you had other animals you could ride. But in this one, in Kingdom 80s, you're on a bike, and it takes place in the 80s. You go to a summer camp, and you can ride your bike left and right on the screen. There's like cabins, and then these little nodes all throughout the land. And what you do is you have to collect currency, and then you fill in the nodes by buying those nodes with currency, and then it activates different things. And basically, you expand your territory, starting in the center, working to the left, working to the right, and then you unlock different things. Like you'll unlock a cabin with other kids that you can recruit. You will find other teammates that can join you, so you're not on your own. You will unlock like a fishing hut, and some kid will go fish there, and whatever fish he gets will be turned into currency for you. There's like a berry picking station where some other little kid that you hire will go pick berries for you, and when you ride by him on your bike, he will give you the money that he's earned from berries. So you end up riding your bike back and forth, fortifying your camp, your summer camp, and expanding your territory until you get to the thing that lets you move on to like the next zone. In the first area, you need to find a canoe that these weird monsters have taken away, and it has a very Stranger Things vibe to it, where things are kind of creepy. You see monsters here and there, but it seems like mostly like the regular world. But then you go inside a portal once you get your territory far enough, and then it's like you're in like the Upside Down, where there's like monsters all over the place, and you got to like bring your friends in to help battle. You fight them off, get the canoe back, and then it opens it up to go to like the next zone or whatever. So it's a pretty cool idea. I will say that this game is basically exactly the same as Kingdom Two Crowns. So if you like that formula, you probably will like it here, but it also has some of the same problems. So one of the biggest problems about the Kingdom series is just getting back and forth left and right. It takes so long to go back and forth left and right. And I feel like 80s is even a more compact experience, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But just like, it's just boring riding back and forth left and right. I wish you could like go a lot faster. I wish you could fly or anything. Like, it feels really dull going back left, and then you need to go to the right for something. You like bike your all the way back right, and then collect money. You come all the way back left. It's kind of a drag. It's kind of a drag. I don't like that very much. I will also say, this game is not very readable. They waste way too much space on the screen real estate. So, for example, like half the screen is a river that's at the bottom of the screen, and it just shows like a reflection of the sky. You can't do anything with it. You don't go in the water. It's like so much of your screen is taken up by this water that could be used instead to make your characters bigger. Like, the characters are really small on the Switch, and even when I put it up on the dock and I put it on my big ass TV, still really small. They're only really using about a third of the screen, because the upper third of the screen is like mountains in the background. It's just sky. I'm like, dude, there's nothing there. Use the fucking screen. Make these things bigger. The kids that you recruit to help you are tiny. It's not very readable. It's hard to tell. And it has kind of the same issues again as Main Kingdom, because you recruit these kids and they don't tell you anything. Like, I'm like, how many kids do I have? How many kids are builders? How many kids are hunters? How many kids do I have picking berries? I want to know this information, and there's no real way to know. And so it's kind of hard to know where to spend your money, and your money is kind of limited. You kind of go in fits and starts where like you'll be starving for cash for like a long time. Then you get like a whole bunch of money, and then you're like, well, wait, how do I spend it wisely? Like, I want to know more about my kingdom. And it's just, there's nothing at a glance. Like, you can't really just look at it and know, which seems like really basic information that they should put in there. I don't know why they don't want you to know that.
Can I interject and say, I think it's because, weirdly enough, I think it's that similar thing with like Dino Crisis or Dinobreak, where it's like they made that Kingdom game kind of old school in that way. It's like a simulation game, right? In a way that, or a
A
resource
little
building.
bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's like in those old PC days, that's what it felt like to me because we played those games. I played games that are similar to that in the 90s, and 80s even,
Oh,
where
sure.
you just did things and there was no fucking menus that told you how you were doing,
Yeah, yeah.
So in my mind, it might be that. It might be the developers are like psyched on that style, but that style, again, is retro for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
you should probably have the amenities in UI that explains that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't mean to be like, I don't want to be like down on it because I think it's got some cool vibes, but like it just feels very much like a reskin of Kingdom where I will say, to be fair, I feel like the biggest innovation of Kingdom 80s is that they give you partners, which is cool. So you can unlock other kids who are hanging out. Like there's this one guy who's like a jock, one girl who's like a tinkerer. I think there's more people, but I didn't find the last person. I think they must be like in a later level. But they ride their bike with you. So you have like, again, like a Stranger Things, like your crew of kids on a bike. And when you're going through the levels, like those kids will like do like a skid into the enemies and kill the enemies. Or one of the guys, the jock guy, will push a dumpster in front of you. It's kind of like a shield if you want him to do that. And so it protects you from enemy attacks. So like having the kids along with you is pretty cool actually. But that's really the only difference in the entire formula. Otherwise, it feels like I'm just playing Kingdom 2 Crowns again. Which is good and bad because I thought it was cool, but also there's like all these other problems, like the lack of information, the really boring ass going left and right, the wasted real estate on the screen where the graphics could be a lot bigger and more detailed, and instead they're really small. So I feel like it's interesting, and if you like Stranger Things, definitely check it out. If you've never played a Kingdom game, definitely check it out. But if you have played Kingdom 2 Crowns and you're kind of like been there, done that, I don't think this one really brings a lot to the table other than the theme of the 80s, which is, granted, pretty cool, but I just kind of found myself getting tired of the same issues that I had with Kingdom 2 Crowns.
It's almost like just looking at the art in the store, it sounds like I could have said what you just said,
Yeah.
It looks like a reskin
Yeah.
with the 80s. And if you've never played it, the original, then this might just be a good experience for you,
Yeah, for sure. Like if you didn't spend 20 hours on Kingdom like I did, you probably would have a much different experience and you probably would like it a lot more. But all I can see are the same pain points that I had before. And I was just wishing it would be different. Like for example, at one point, this is not much of a spoiler, but you can change your bikes in Kingdom. You can unlock these bikes. And one of the bikes I unlocked had ET in the front basket, right?
Oh,
so I'm
yeah.
like, cool. I'm like, oh, can I fly now? And I'm like, oh no, it's just a skin. If I could have flown with ET, that would have like possible game changer, dude. If I could get back left and right faster, even just that little thing might have been enough to make
sense.
me in,
Yeah.
So anyway, I think it's cool, but I've already spent a lot of time with Kingdom and it just feels too similar and I don't feel like it's enough of a step forward. Feels, again, not insultingly, but like kind of like a reskin. So
Got it.
all right, Kingdom 80s, Summer of Greed. Moving on to Honkai Star Rail, which we talked about for the first time last show. You're bringing it back, circling back, going back to the train station. What's up with Honkai Star Rail, Carlos?
Oh man, I'm so addicted.
Are you?
Yeah, utterly addicted. What was I thinking about it last time? I forgot.
You liked it. You were just getting started. You were saying it was pretty favorable. It had kind of callbacks to what's that other game that they do? I forget what it's called.
Well, Genshin
Impact. So
Yeah.
I mean, you were up on it. You liked it.
To remind everybody, it's from the Hoyo-verse, MiHoYo, but it's not Genshin in the way that it is in the way that it's third person. You walk around a world. It's same art style, but then when you go to combat, it's not the same at all. It's turn-based, which is crazy because I just wasn't expecting that the first time I played it. But now, because you can do that thing where you speed it up a bit, right, if you want.
Speed up the combat?
Speed up combat, yeah.
Okay.
That's in certain RPGs, the turn-based ones.
For sure.
And so I have that just turned on all the time. And then, yeah, like it's just so addictive to just because all the combos you want to do. You have these ultimates you can do. It just feels good. Like they're like masters at that. And Genshin's the same way. Like if you play that for enough time, you just feel good. Like the dopamine rush is good. And now, again, these are monetized games. They want people to spend money at some point, which I have not yet. And I did spend a little on Genshin, but not too much. But, a lot of that is for a reason. Like, they want you to be invested and get dopamine hits so that you stay, right? But what is really interesting that I didn't know the first time I talked about it, well, one, there is a train, because that's the first thing you asked me.
Yeah,
So
like,
what's
what does the
going
train
on?
have
It's
to
just
do with it?
train in
Exactly.
space?
Yeah, exactly.
Funnily enough, I don't know how long the campaign is. I'm really far in it. But you got stuck. You got on the train. We took off, and we got stuck. And so now we're just on one planet. So we're not like planet hopping. There's no starfield.
Repair the train or something?
Yeah, I can't tell you why. It's a spoiler.
Okay, that's fine.
But anyways, we're on this ice planet, and that's where the bulk of the story has been. And I'm getting to like a final boss. But what's interesting is that's the train thing. So no, we're not really flying around a train. We're on a planet. But the other thing is, I don't know if it's because it's the monetization, they want to hook you in story-wise or whatever, but it's way more wholesome than I thought. Like,
really, in what sense?
There's so many missions that are like life lessons about morality and like being good. And I was like, what game am I playing? I'm confused by what's happening.
I wonder why they're doing that.
That's why I'm like, are they doing this because they want me to get fully invested so then I'll spend money or something? But I don't think I'm going to look for any more like ulterior motives anymore because I'm having a fucking fun time. But like so many side missions, in these games they have daily quests, The daily quest that I'm doing, this is so crazy, dude, is me and this one guy who has these theories about quantum physics. He wants to prove to these scientists who aren't listening to him that he knows about time tunneling and all this other shit. So my mission every day has been to go down to these scientists, give them his thesis paper. They would quiz me, actual quizzes like, you have a log going down a river at whatever speed, like, those kind of questions.
Oh my God, if the log leaves the train station at 9
that
or 2 a.m.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But they were actually more modern than that. And anyways, so I got them right. Sometimes I didn't get them right. I had to ask him and I went back. But so then that was my daily mission. And so the end of that mission, like it has an overarching, ending, was after like 4 days of doing it, like he got his paper submitted, like that was the side mission. I was like, what is this game?
Okay.
And now that was an interesting side mission, but the whole story in general is we're here to help these people. We're learning about an underworld. There's an overworld and an underworld. An underworld is, of course, like in many movies, shows, games, is like the underdeveloped. They got all the shit. They're not. They're trying to get resources.
Is it like a socioeconomic kind of thing?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And the above ground is better.
All the rich people,
fancy.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's a misunderstanding, and it's like you're finding out the real story. So that was already something I wasn't ready to do. And then everybody down there has like their own little like wholesomeness to them, they're delving out life lessons all over the place. Like, if he did shit that he didn't mean to steal it, he did it for this reason. And his dad did just die. I'm like, holy shit, what is this game? And then in between, I'm fighting monsters and robots, which is super fun to play. So that's, I think their genius is that it's not just, like I said earlier, like a zone game where you just go and fight zones.
Yeah.
It's like you want to really help these people. It feels like an RPG in that way. But then some of it's like just world building. And it's like you could just like, again, be in this world for a while and like go talk to people.
Let me ask you a question because like I hear you doing this and I get what you're saying, but like, so to me, it's like, do you give a shit? Like, do you care about these characters? Is it just that kind of like when I play a lot of these, right? I don't play many these days, but like right before I kind of quit them, I just got really tired of the same old kind of like really trite tropey, help the villagers and like, you help them and stuff, but it's not like it really means anything or it's not significant writing, right? Like it's not like Witcher 3 type side quests or something like that, where it's just like, oh, person needs a potion and you get a potion and then you move on. So is it that kind of thing where you're just kind of doing stuff for people and none of it really sinks in and hooks you? It's just kind of these basic busy work quests, or do you actually like care about people? Do you care about the towns you're meeting? Like what? Like give me a vibe on that.
It's hard. I'm very confused if I do, because like certain things I don't care at all, and I'm like, well, I guess we'll go do that thing. I don't want to do it, which again is an RPG. But like the overarching idea is I want to free the people, like these underworld people. Like it's bullshit, right? Like the people on top need to be taken down. And so, yes, I do want to see the end of the story, which by the way, I've heard this game is just more than one planet. So like, you know what I mean? I'm taking down this story.
Oh, I would imagine. And then it's a perfect planet structure. I mean, all they got to do is get the train to go to another planet. They can add DLC forever to it, right?
Yeah. So I think on part, the answer is I do care. The other part is I still think they're they're pulling one over on me, you know? Like, they're trying to keep me here so that I don't leave their game. I don't know. I shouldn't think that they have an ulterior motive, but they do charge me for.
Well,
they want to charge me for stuff. So
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's the whole premise, right? Because free to play games aren't free. Those people have families, they have jobs, they have bills, they need to make money, and if they are not successful at getting you to pay them, they go out of business, right? So of course they want you to stay. Of course they want you to pony up for the new character or whatever. I mean, that's just the deal. You know that going into it. But for me, it's all about, is it worth my time? Is it worth my investment? So, for example, like, I play Marvel Puzzle Quest, which is actually celebrating its 10-year anniversary this month, dude. Wow. 10 years of Marvel Puzzle Quest. It's basically a dinosaur in the mobile field. But, like, when I give it, like, $5 or something for, like, 1,000 points or whatever, I'm like, in my head, I'm doing the calculation. How much do I play this game? How much do I like this game? If I pay this $5, I kind of see it as keeping these guys in business because I like this game so much. I want them to keep the game alive, and therefore that to me is a good return on investment. But to you, do you feel like you're having a subpar experience if you don't put money in?
No,
or
not at all.
Okay,
No.
Good.
I played. I mean, I might be at the boss of the first world or something. I don't know. No way. No, yeah. And I think the answer is this: it's in the mechanics. I think because, like, I could tell you right now how the turn-based happens. Right. So I have these ultimates that just kind of turn on. And I could do them out of order. Like turn-based is usually turn-based. Mm-hmm. But when you get an ultimate, you can do them whenever you get them. And that already is fun as shit, right? Because that makes you feel like you're not just locked in. Does that make sense? Like doing an ultimate when it's charged.
Sure.
So it goes out of order. Anyways, just that simple act is cool because you get the cutscene or whatever. And then the characters I like I have this girl, she's heavy metal, like, guitarist person, and so every time she does her ultimate, she just plays guitar and destroys everybody with it. And she's like, you could rock with me if you want. That's always a fun thing. And then the overworld stuff, you can always do things like you find chests all the time, you hit things and break them open, you find monsters, and any monster you find you see and you can hit them, and if you hit them, that means you get the advantage in the fight. So it's endlessly fun to do that, like find a monster and hit him behind the back. So that loop is, I just want to do it all night. Like
so that combat must be satisfying enough to keep you playing regardless of the other stuff then.
It really is. And there's like defense and shields and stuff. And I feel like I've played these games before, so I know how to upgrade in an, what kind of game you want to call this? MMORPG kind of in a way. But like you have to go in and actively go into some deep menus to upgrade yourself, Mm-hmm. I know how to do that from experience of these games, so it's not super intuitive, but they do a lot of really good tutorials, and I'm like maxed out from my where I'm at now. So to answer your question, if you do it right, you don't have to spend money because I'm like fucking strong, But then it's still challenging. It's like it's not every fight is a walk in the park. You still got to think about it. I just think they built a great loop, and I wanted to bring to the show that I just didn't expect it to be so weirdly wholesome. Like so many stories are like about life lessons, about class and class structure and society, super deep. It gets super deep. It's weird.
All right.
So I love it.
Honkai Star Rail is preaching to the crowd. They're teaching morality, and they want your $5. So
and they want some money, and I at some point will probably give it to them, but not yet.
All right, fair enough. But it sounds like you are having a pretty good time with it. So
I'm going to play it as soon as we're done with this podcast.
That's a win. All right, cool. Honkai Star Rail, you're on PS5?
I'm on PS5. It's on like everything.
Oh, and it has cross-save with PC.
It's cross-save, but I don't know if it is because I forgot to tell you that. I went and so excited, and that night it got on PS5. I downloaded it, and I couldn't get my save on it.
Oh, you couldn't activate the cross save.
No, I couldn't. And I don't know. I didn't even look. What I did, because I was so excited, is I just replayed that section on PlayStation.
Well, it must be okay if you were willing to go and replay all that stuff.
I was. It wasn't super long. But so I just have a new save. So we'd have to check that out. I don't know why. It didn't work.
All right. We shall investigate. All right. Last game of the show coming up here is one that I played on the Switch. It's called Terra Alia or Alia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. ALIA. This is a super big surprise to me. I got a random PR email. They sent me a code, so thank you to the publishers for that.
How do you spell it?
Terra, Terra, second word, ALIA. I believe it's on Steam. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I got the pitch, and they're like, okay, this is like an RPG that teaches you real world language. And I'm like, oh, snap, edutainment. What's up? So basically, it is a isometric RPG where you can choose a male or female character. And then there's like a backstory about, one world, another world, and magic, and blah, 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 okay, whatever. Basically, it doesn't matter. Basically, you're a magic user, and you are trying to do some various quests. I'm going to just skip over the story part. It's not really the key selling part here. But basically what happens is when you are in this world, you start off and you just like click on things. Like you're in a castle. And so you move your character around in the isometric way, and you go up to like a desk, and it's, oh, okay, wait. I fucked it up. Sorry, I apologize, everybody. Before you even start the game, This was the cool part. Before you even start the game, you open up the menu, and it's like, what language can you speak fluently? You got to choose one. There's like 10 or 12. They give you all the flags of the different countries. And full disclosure, I didn't know what half the flags were because I'm a stupid American. So I'm like, okay, wait, I got to Google the flags. I don't know. There was no American flag. I had to pick the English flag because I figured that was the closest to English. So they're like, what language do you know? And I'm like, English. And then they're like, what language do you want to learn? And there's like 11 to choose from. And I'm like, oh, shit, dude. There was like, I didn't even know the flags. So I chose Spanish because that's one that I'm actually interested in learning in real life. And then they're like, okay, cool. We're going to teach you Spanish. And then you start the game. That's the first thing. That was fucking really cool and really impressive because there was like a lot of fucking languages there. And then you start the game. When you're walking around and you go up to an item, it'll say that word in the language that you want to learn. And so you like click it to like add it to your vocabulary, and your magic power is directly tied to how many words you know of the foreign language. So it's edutainment for sure, but there actually are like legit RPG elements here. When you go into battle, like you'll fight like a robot, a guard robot, or some angry person or something like that. It goes to like a turn-based, kind of a fairly traditional JRPG style battle. You're on the left, they're on the right, and you have like skill trees. You have like attack spells, defensive spells. You've got a little robot bird that comes with you. He can shoot lasers and stuff. And you play it out just like a regular RPG-ass battle. So you need to have armor and upgrade your magic wand and upgrade your clothes. But then when you get done with the battle, in order to recharge your magic power, you have to go to a little language station, and you have to like practice your vocab. And every time you practice vocab, you get your MP back. And so I'm like, it gives you like this kind of in-world reason to like keep doing that. And the more words you know, the more MP you have, and the stronger you get. So there's like another gameplay reason to keep exploring the language. As you go to talk to people in the world, there's like these little side quests that you can do, and they're like language challenges will come up. Like some guy will ask you, oh, do you like cats or dogs? And it'll be in like the target language of like Spanish, right? And so they give you little clues. You can figure it out. They'd give you like practice drills before you do that. You can go to any of the little language stations and practice your vocab if you forget. And they also give you pictures too, which I think is awesome because I'm a pretty visual person sometimes. And so if I forget what the name of a desk is, you can scroll through your vocab and I'm like, oh, there's the desk. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I forget. It's this thing. And so they've got a lot of really, really, really awesome approaches towards getting this language to you. So you've got the visuals of the item. You've got the reinforcement of the gameplay. You've got an actual like RPG world. Now, it's pretty small scale. I mean, it's not like open world. This is not Skyrim or anything like that. But like, I feel like for an edutainment title, it's pretty amazing, pretty kick-ass. I think it's actually fun to just play it. And it's a huge bonus that I feel like I've already learned several words in Spanish that I'm like, that I can actually use in my vocabulary. I live in a place in Seattle where there's tons of native Spanish speakers around me. And I like to be able to, show respect to these cultures and talk to them in their languages and stuff. And so I already feel like my vocab has improved. I'll be able to have more of a conversation when I go talk to the person at the taco truck, or when I go down to the farmer's market or something. I can already have little sentences and stuff. I think it's fucking, it's cool. Awesome, dude. Yeah, it's really good.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely education. I mean, you're not going to come to this for your RPG fix or anything, but if you come to it with the idea of, I want to learn a language, but I need to do it in a fun way, it kicks ass. I think it's really, really good. I'm doing a little bit every night, and I do feel like I'm learning. Maybe that's a bad thing for some people, but I think that's a good thing. I definitely feel like I'm learning, but I also feel like I'm having legitimate fun.
Yeah.
And it's a really good balance between gameplay and just straight up education. But I really do want to take a minute and just give kudos, because there's all these systems here that really reinforce and reiterate what you've already learned. You can review stuff. You can do practice quizzes. Your bird will refresh your memory. Like you can, you know, they're not trying to trap you. Like they don't want you to get stuck and forget, and they punish you for it. They want to push you forward and learn. And so like they're constantly like giving you options to reiterate that knowledge, which I think is just fucking amazing. I'm having a surprisingly good time with it, and I feel like it's really legit, dude. I'm learning a lot.
That's so cool. I'm glad that was the answer to this whole idea, because it seems super cool. And yeah, we need more things that teach like that.
Yeah, I will say one thing that's on me. So I play this game either in bed, as you already know, with the sound off, or I'm playing it on my TV screen with the Pro controller, which is the most comfortable way to play. Nintendo does not have a headphone jack on the Pro controller, which I've thought is the stupidest fucking decision ever. So I honestly don't know if there's any voice. I don't know if they say the words or not, because I just haven't been in a place where I'm listening to it. So I don't know if there is audio, if you're an audio learner or not. And I meant to check before I got on the podcast and I totally forgot, so I apologize. There may be voice, there may not be. I don't know. But that said, I still think it's an amazing edutainment game. And I just total thumbs up, dude. I love the approach. This is good ass shit. It's really good.
Awesome. That is a win. Check it out for sure.
Super win. Okay, that was Terra Alia, I guess. Alia. Playing it on the Switch, and I think it's a great fit for the Switch, other than the headphone jack thing, which is not their fault. So that's it for the show. That is it for the main content of the show. Couple things to talk about before we bounce, but this is all like non-game stuff. I do have something to talk about, Carlos, but let's get to your stuff first, man. What do you want to talk about that's not about games?
Oh, first off, I'm super pumped about Super Pumped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Super Pumped. Yeah, tell me.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, great actor, great creator. He made all that stuff with independent artists and stuff.
JGL to his friends.
Yes. He's super cool. Anyways, he plays an asshole because he plays TJ, who's the creator of Uber.
Okay, and the actual real-world Uber company.
Yes. And so basically he has to play this kind of dick, and he, like he says, or TJ says, a bunch of, founders and creators and disruptors are assholes. It kind of turns out that way sometimes. So, yeah, he's, believable as this character. It's, I think, 5 or 6 episodes. I just finished it tonight before I
Where are you watching this?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
I think it originally was Showtime, and then they bought it or something. So it's on Netflix right now. And it's just so well done. I don't want to say anything about it besides if you like those kind of, this is a documentary, but it's also a show, you're going to like it, right? Like that's the jam. Like you've seen those kind of shows, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah. This is interesting. I'd be curious to find out what a fucking piece of shit the guy at Uber is. So
right, but it's also about the people around him, right? It's about the founders. It's about the money that backed the thing. It's about, I don't want to say espionage, but all that kind of weird stuff that goes on in boardrooms, but also what are the employees feeling like? And it's so effortless and smart how they take all the real world shit that happened. This is not a fantasy world where like they're kind of taking liberties. I would stop one of the episodes and go look at like the real world thing, and I saw it. It was like, that's it. That's what happened. So they were fucking kudos to them. The showrunner, the director, all of it. Like it just feels like this is telling the story, but in a very, more emotional way because you're with these characters.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go, well, in a show like Ozark or something, this is where that person would go and punch that person, or this is where that person would go get their comeuppance. That doesn't happen lots of times in this show,
because they're sticking close to the real world.
They're sticking to the thing. Like someone gets like harassed at work, and I'm like, oh, here's where it's going to go down. And then nothing happens.
Just like the real world.
And I was like, that's like the real world. Man, they're so good with that. Joseph, does anyone want me to call him Joseph? Yeah. Jay or whatever. I'm never going to call him Jay.
JGL.
Yeah, he is so fucking good. And
he's
so
a great
believable
actor.
in this.
Great actor.
And he just like loses himself in this character. I mean, or this person. And the very end of the thing, they do show what happened to everybody. And it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I'm super pumped about Super Pumped. Fucking check it out immediately.
All right.
I think everybody would like it.
Excellent.
And then real quickly, I know that it goes up and down and all around where people get upset about AI right now. I'm just going to sometimes play devil's advocate, the other side of the fence. And I watch a lot of shows that talk about software that's being made with it. And I think these two are very helpful for people. Therapy is super important. I just actually booked one of my first sessions with somebody who got recommended to me. That's the only reason I did it. But there is AI with making you feel better, with depression, with therapy. They're making things that allow you essentially to talk to something. It's an AI, but it's not like therapists, not like you're believing what a robot tells you. It's more like light and airy. Like there's some that just help you journal, right? And then you can talk about things in your journal, and it creates the journal for you, and then you do it. There's a couple I just want to mention called Anthropic.com and then Mindsara.com, and they both do things like you go in and you can talk to this AI and get your frustrations and things out, and it's not going to judge you, and it's not a person sitting across the on the couch or something. Maybe it's easier sometimes for people to like just talk to this. So I don't know. You might be totally against that idea, but I just thought it was really interesting when I saw that. Now that I'm starting to go to therapy, like to having other options for people. I don't think it all is evil.
I don't think AI itself is inherently evil. I think like any tool that we clever monkeys have created is all about how you use it, right? And I feel like AI is being used for a lot of evil these days, but if it helps people and if you know that it's AI and it's in a controlled situation, I mean, I don't see anything inherently wrong with that as long as everyone knows what's up. I just think, there's many instances where I feel like AI is inappropriate, but this sounds totally fine. I mean, as long as it's, as you know what it is and it's helping you, that don't see a problem there.
Right. Which is why I bring it up. Just like other technologies in the past, people did bad things with them, right? It's just, and again, there's people behind things, people behind AI. So there's humans that made this thing, and there's humans that wanted to help other people. So I just wanted to throw that as the other side of it. I don't, subscribe to it when it comes to writing and, art and stuff is a bigger question. But this is something crazy. I didn't expect to have that be an option. Like even in ChatGPT right now, which is free for everybody, right? You could just talk to it for a while. Right? You'd be like, hey, I'm having a hard time. This guy on this YouTube video showed it. It's like, I'm having a hard time with too many things at work and blah, blah. Can you give me some ideas on how to relax? And it does. Yeah. Right? How is that bad? Like, that's fucking great.
No, that makes perfect sense. I mean, just as a quick tangent, I think that sounds like a good use for it. Again, like I said, as long as everyone knows what's up and you're using it as a tool, I mean, I don't think that's a problem. But, the bad thing is like, just quickly to play off of what you're saying, this week I was like reading some stories. I was doing some research on some stuff, and like literally every story that I went to go click, I felt like, is this written by an AI or is this written by a person? Because it's really badly written and it's really shallow. And I feel like it's getting very difficult to tell what's being written by a real person and what's being written by an AI. And I just feel like what it's doing is making me not read anything because I can never tell when I'm just reading some trash. I mean, there's clearly some people who I know they're a real person, or they work with me, or you can tell when someone's an actual writer, like there's a difference to the writing. But there's a lot of stuff that's like mid-grade stuff where I would just like check in to find some facts, or I would check in to get like a quick take on something. And like that area is just being so, I mean, I feel like it's being taken over by AI, but maybe I'm getting gaslit into thinking it is because I just can't tell what's real anymore. And that to me is the real negative side of AI, where it's just like, we're not having any writers. All of our writing is done by AI these days. We just have an editor look it over. And like that to me is like an evil, improper use of AI. But that's not what you're describing here.
And on top of that, I mean, you're not wrong there. And I haven't seen it as much as you, or like I don't know if I've seen it, which is like not writing.
That's the real problem, is when you don't know.
Right. But I guess we can look at our sources, because if I'm watching, most of my sources are YouTube. There's no AI happening because the person's talking in front of me. So unless they are an actual robot.
We'll see. Okay, so pause on that, because I have this is a good question. So my son likes Five Nights at Freddy's, like any number of millions of other kids out there, right? And this is not about Five Nights at Freddy's, but he likes one particular YouTube channel, and I've watched it with him because he's like, Dad, watch it with me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So we sit down and watch it, and the stories that this person. It sounds like a male presenting voice. This person is never on screen. Are they a robot? What the fuck is going on? Like, they have this weird intonation.
Okay.
And I'm starting to think like the script and the voice is AI, because we never see a person. It's just like whatever the hot news is about Five Nights at Freddy's.
So you're not wrong in the fact that like children's programming, some of those weird things on YouTube is like all generated. like CG generated by a script, right? It's not
Yeah,
actually.
that's what it feels like. Yeah.
So that stuff happens. So yes, 100% that stuff happens. But that's why I said when I talked about YouTube is that like I follow these people that I know. I actually know some of them in real life.
Sure.
And so that's who I'm watching. And if they're using AI to help them with a script or whatever, most of them are improving. They're just they're people. So just like anything else, like you listen to people that you trust or whatever. So I still do that, but you're right. That other stuff does exist. Anywho, AI aside, before I go on my show stuff, I forgot. Look Away, which is a horror movie that seems really cool. It just got dropped on Netflix. It's interesting. Movies come out sometimes from the past. So this is 2019. It looks like it was made today, and the fact that like it just looks really good, and it's an interesting movie idea about a girl who is having problems at school, looks in the mirror, sees another version of herself, kind of creepy, and that version of herself says like, let me take care of him. And I'm like, oh, I'm sold. Like I'm there.
Interesting. And this is on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It just dropped today for Halloween, but it's like from 2019. It's like it came out a long time ago, but I never saw it, So I think that's a smart idea, find something that you think might work. But I'm so into that idea. Like the girl's going to have this, monstrous something else take care of him, the bullies.
Yeah.
That's it. And you have a couple of shows.
Well, since we're talking about movies, let's talk about movies, my friend, because we've been talking about movies, especially spooky movies, for the last couple of episodes of October and stuff like that. And I've been listening. I've been taking notes and stuff. You've had some pretty strong recommendations lately, and then you dropped a couple. In fact, you dropped 3 on me in the last week or two. So I wrote them down. And this week, my wife and I have been participating in the Carlos Rodella movie marathon.
Nice.
That's right. Every movie we watched this week was one that you recommended, except for one.
Wow.
So almost all of them. And let's go through them one by one.
Okay.
I will say, spoilers, pretty good recommendations. Pretty good.
3 for 3.
2.5 for 3. 2.5.
Okay.
Bottoms, which you recommended like a week or two ago. That movie's fantastic.
Special, right? It's special.
It's super good. It is special. We ate that shit up. It was amazing. It reminded me a little bit of like an updated Heathers, perhaps,
That's
or something like that. That's a good
call. Yeah. Like if the world doesn't make sense, kind of, but it does, though.
Oh, my God. It was so good. We laughed, and it was real. And
it was real, too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everything about it was just like the best. Bottoms is a fucking great movie. So that was a win.
Okay.
Pure win on that one. The next one we watched, Totally Killer. That was a win too, dude. That was a really fun movie.
That's fun.
Oh my God. I really dig Blumhouse. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but when Blumhouse came out and they were doing some pretty dark shit at the beginning, I was like, no. Torture porn stuff and just kind of, I like horror, but not that flavor of horror. But they have really pivoted into like smart horror light, kind of funny, wink, wink. Like when they're doing the lighter stuff, they are really good. Like almost all of their movies, I'm down with, dude. Like anytime I see a Blumhouse now, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We're in for something good now. Like,
that's interesting. They totally did pivot.
Hard pivot, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably still do some of the more gross stuff, but like a lot of their recent stuff, like Megan, like Mathregan or whatever, had, and this Totally Killer is one of theirs, and they, I think they did that other one like
they did
that
Happy
Freaky
Death
Fridays.
Day? Happy Death Day? No, they didn't
maybe
do that.
no, I don't know. But regardless, Blumhouse is doing my vibe right now, and Totally Killer, loved it. Like the Back to the Future / serial killer / high school sex comedy thing was just like everything about that worked for me, dude. It was really fun, and we really liked it like a ton. It was really
awesome.
Really good.
And I do want to mention
good.
to people who haven't seen it yet, it does one of the only time travel movies ever to show the present while the people are in the past.
Oh, it does two things that movies don't do. Number one, you're correct. It shows you the past and the present, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was very good. The other thing that I fucking loved about Totally Killer is like when the person from the future gets to the past, they tell everybody everything. They're like, they're trying to get people to listen. They're not secretive. They're not like trying to preserve the timeline. They're like, I'm from the future and here's what's going to happen. And I need you guys to listen. Like they just like outright tell people. And I'm like, that's amazing. I've always wanted people to do that.
Yeah.
And it's great that they do it. It doesn't work out because nobody believes them, but still they're not playing that cutesy footsie game where they just are being very coy about things.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we watched Chad Gets the Axe. This was the 0.5.
Okay.
So Chad Gets the Axe. It was not bad. But I also felt like it wasn't quite as good as it could have been. I feel like if they had been a little bit tighter with it, a little bit funnier. It was funny, but it wasn't like that funny. Like it was kind of like, it was like the beginning of the movie was pretty rough, and they were leaning really hard into the Blair Witch Project shaky cam thing, which was okay, but I wish that they had kind of pulled back from that just a little bit. And it, the comments were really good. There was like some guy that was like obsessed with feet in the comments, and some guys that were talking shit all the time. So like it was all right, but we didn't laugh that much. And I was like, okay, it could have been a little bit more. I don't know, just a little bit more insightful and sharp. It's definitely a commentary on modern times, and I get what they were going for. Like, what a fucked up world we live in, where people do anything for views, and like we always have people watching us, and we're always on stream. Like, I totally get it. I just didn't feel like it really like. It could have gone just a little bit further. Now, I will say, even though we did like it, Like, we didn't get mad. So it was a 0.5. But there's another movie that's almost just like this. It's called Deadstream. Have you seen that one?
I haven't, but you mentioned it to me in text. I didn't see it.
Deadstream, is basically the exact same thing. It's like a streamer goes into a haunted house, and he's doing the exact same thing. It's got the text scrolling. It's got the comments. It's got everything. That movie was really, really good. Really funny. It also made some social commentary. The comments on the screen were really funny. That one had really stitched it up nice and tight. And I feel between those two, Deadstream is definitely the better one. But Chad Gets the X was still pretty good. Like, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it was indie in that way, right? It felt like kind of super like homegrown in a way. But I just think like there's the part where he gets, and this is not a spoiler, but he gets picked up by people like Chad.
Yes,
is it Chad?
Yes.
And that part was like unexpected, which is cool. And the ending is really cool in the fact that, again, social commentary is hard. Like hardcore commentary at the very end. So I think it was worth the payoff for me, but I agree. It was like, not super laugh out loud or anything.
Yeah, it was worth the watch. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
But I wished I would laugh a little bit more. And especially after having seen Deadstream, which does basically the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it kind of paled in comparison a little bit, but still worth a watch. So overall, the Carlos Rodella movie marathon, big success, 2.5 out of 3. That's pretty solid, dude.
It's pretty solid, but also I will say this, just in my kind of defense, Bottoms and Totally Killer are the ones I would think that it would be 5-star. Like,
those are great.
I don't think Chad Gets the X would be anyhow. Like, I think it's a fun watch. That's all.
Fully agree. We are definitely on the same page. So kudos to you, and feel free to send any more recommendations by the way. I have one more movie to toss in here that you didn't recommend, but we found on our own. You got us all fired up to watch horror comedies. That's me and my wife's favorite genre to watch. And we were going through Shudder, and I've talked about Shudder a million times. I love Shudder.
I got to redo my subscription. Yeah,
Shudder is the best, dude. I fucking love Shudder so much. But there's a movie on there called Undead. Very simple. It's from Australia from 2005. And you watch the trailer, and it seems like really wacky. Did you ever see Dead Alive from Peter Jackson back in the day?
It's super gross and kind of a comedy.
So that's exactly the same lane that this guy is in. It's two brothers, I believe, that make this movie. It seems like it's going to be zombie apocalypse. It is not that. And I guarantee you have no idea what this movie is going to do. You do not know where it's going to go. I'm not going to spoil it. But it was fucking wild. It was really funny. I love the Australian sense of humor. Very similar to the Kiwi sense of humor. And it was gross, but it was funny. And it was wild left turn and surprising shit happens, and it was just really, really fun and good. If you like Dead Alive, if you like early Peter Jackson, if you like gross but also big laughs, I thought it was definitely worth watching for sure.
All right, check that out.
Check it out. That's all I got. Carlos, anything else?
That's it. I'm going to go ahead and re-up my subscription to Shudder. In the last 2 weeks of the Halloween time, I'm going to go watch as many as I can.
Oh, dude. You'll be able to watch 24/7 shit on that. And there's so much good stuff on Shudder. Absolutely. So.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for this show. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. Before we close, I want to quickly ask you to leave reviews, share us on social media, and most important of all, please recommend us to a friend. Also, please send us your questions and comments. Hit me up. SoVideoGamesPodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up individually. Carlos, where are we sending your traffic?
Oh, before we do that, I forgot. I think this might be really good. I think it might be a little older, but it's on Shudder. Is Sissy, and it's about a girl who gets bullied. I'm big into that because I want justice for people, and then and I don't want to see more. But it's about a girl who gets bullied. It's on, I think, Shudder. Sissy.
I think we saw the trailer. I did not see the trailer. We're going to watch the trailer tonight. We're going through more trailers tonight.
Okay, check out the trailer. And then people go to Glitch to the Ground on TikTok or YouTube.
All right. As for me, kind of split between Twitter and Blue Sky. Also on Instagram, it's my name, BradGallaway. All A's, no O's. And by the way, I've got a couple Blue Sky invites. If anybody wants one and you're a listener of the show, I will absolutely give you a Blue Sky invite, no problem. So just hit me up if you want one. And this is going to do it for episode 358. Thank you again for joining us here on the So Video Games podcast, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.